Hey friends, welcome back to Liv Talks. In today's video, I will take you through the history of mother-daughter relationships. We will be discussing the reality of TV show relationships by exploring real-life examples and sources to balance the actuality of what a mother and daughter relationship should look like. Everything that I'm about to tell you will all add up to one central idea. The foundation and heart of the American dream is family. Good or bad, mothers historically and currently influence daughters' dreams about money and success, which will therefore build where that will take them in life. Let's take a look. Since back in the 18th century, the term Republican motherhood started to shape a mother's role in the family. It centered around the idea that daughters should be raised to uphold patriotism and Republican values, which they would be able to pass down to their daughters and so on. This entire objection starts to put into perspective that a mother's job is to teach her daughter valid and important life lessons and skills in her life. We start to see this more and more in TV shows and movies. Some stories are even centered around a mother-daughter relationship. For example, Mamma Mia, Jane the Virgin, Gilmore Girls. Lorelai, coming from a more toxic and significantly different relationship with her mom, Emily, approaches life lessons on Rory differently because of the influence her mom had on her. To prep for this video, I've gathered multiple sources of information about which family values are important in a mother-daughter relationship. They are honesty, communication, understanding, and gratitude. The first real-life example we will explore is Michelle Zauner. The famous lead singer of Japanese Breakfast, she is also the author of Crying in H Mart, a memoir dedicated to the ups and downs of her relationship with her mother. Before her mother passed away, she was very grateful to finally be at a deep understanding with her mother. After a recent interview with her, she has described her idea of success, peace, and carrying on the memory of her mother. Japanese Breakfast was the perfect homage to her. Instead of forgetting her mom, her memory will always live on in the memories Zauner put into songs and lyrics in the infamous album cover. Her greatest successes, her music and memoir, were both inspired by her relationship with her mother. Similarly, the short story Two Kinds by Amy Tan follows the story of Jingmei, daughter of an Asian American immigrant mother. Her mother triumphantly made her way to the United States, only fluent in Chinese, pregnant and without her husband. As an adult, Jingmei realizes the opportunities her mother gave to her and everything she sacrificed for Jingmei to live the American dream. She explains how she took the dream for granted as a child. It was clear that she didn't understand the concept of being fortunate to have those possibilities in America. As for family values, well, it's a two-way street, with two kinds of people in the relationship to uphold their duties on either end. Contrastly, in Death of a Salesman by Arthur Miller, we see the absence of a mother-daughter relationship and the failure of Willy Loman as a father. Willy Loman discusses the absence of his father, which led him to feel lost as a dad himself, but he does talk about the warmth and love that he remembers of his mother, like sitting on her lap as a child, comforted by her presence. We see similarities in how much better of a parent Linda Loman is, compared to Willie, because of her kind presence and protection for her family. This softens the boys and teaches them the idea of unconditional love and understanding. Finally, let's talk about personal relationships that I see. As the oldest grandchild on my dad's side, I've been subject to see relationships between my grandmother and dad's sister. My grandmother is in her early 70s and grew up traveling the world in a military family, with two brothers and a mother and a father. On the other hand, her daughter, my Aunt Christy, grew up with one brother and two divorced parents at the age of 13. I've asked them two very significant questions about how family and love relates to the American dream. Firstly, I asked my Nana, how will you know when you've achieved your success in life, and which of these ideals most relates to your main goal? She says,
I'm most proud of, I guess, my family. I think most people look at their family as their accomplishments in life. And I think I've raised pretty good kids that are honest and loyal. They're smart. They live their dreams. They decided to go into teaching, which is a great field for both of them. They've accomplished quite a bit in those fields. So I believe that would be my greatest accomplishment in my life. And I'm very proud that they have done what they wanted to do and are happy in their life.
Then I asked my aunt which group or who a person most influenced her beliefs in life. She replies,
So I believe that my family, and particularly my mom, has influenced my dreams, and not so much religious, but family values. Other people, including my brother, have influenced me, as well as other family members, but most particularly my mother.
Then I asked both of them to share what values they find important in a parent-child relationship and explain how they relate to their own. My Nana says,
I think my parents always instilled in me the values of being honest, being loyal, being respectful. I feel that I think that is something that you want to instill in your children, and I feel that I have done that with my children, and those are the values that I learned from my parents. So I probably pretty much followed my parents' lead on that, but I think we've become good people and good citizens of the United States of America, and I don't think I regret or would add anything to that.
With the same question my aunt says,
So as far as me and my children, I feel like respect, trust, honesty, sympathy, empathy, having all of those traits are helpful in establishing a really great relationship. And I feel the same would be for, a mother-daughter relationship. You kind of have to understand each other, respect each other's opinion, even though you may not always agree, and understand, where the other one might be coming from. Kind of put yourself in their shoes too.
because of the lessons and values my Nana has passed down to her daughter, some of the same priorities and successes in life, and the values that she envisions in a mother-daughter relationship are significantly similar. Throughout this video, we have discussed Republican motherhood, TV show relationships, crying in H Mart, Two Kinds, Death of a Salesman, and my family's connection to these ideas. Therefore, after all the examples, realistically and fictionally, that I have given you, support the idea that family, specifically mothers, are the foundation of the American dream and can influence the path that a daughter will take in her life. No mother-daughter relationship is perfect, which, spoiler alert, is impossible. There are certain values that I have implicated in this video that can strengthen those relationships that you may be struggling with. Willie Loman expresses the importance of diamonds, and how that tangible element is the most important thing in life. But really, stronger than a diamond, bigger than the sky, the mother-daughter bond. Thank you for watching this video. I'll see you next time. Live out.